I know. It was the best. Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. See, I'm talking loud because I went on to YouTube and realized that you can't hear me in anything because maybe my volume is messed up or probably because I talk real quiet. So I'm going to try to speak louder and with more enthusiasm
Enthusiasm.
for this time period. Like the time period being during Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know. I'm tired. So I'm Ben, your King Ginger, your Master of Ceremonies, and I would like everyone to introduce thyselves and let the folks who are joining us, hopefully that's you, where your particular character was at the end of the last session.
All right, I am Nature D&D Ringer playing Otterkin Rogue Twig Swiftstrut, and I am currently facing down a small child in a giant ghost mech. I'm hoping I don't die.
He's not small. He's older than you guys.
Not older.
And he's human.
Go older.
He's bigger than everybody but Echo. Especially with all you vanilla midgets in this group.
Wow.
You're lucky you're lucky I just don't let you go.
Bruh.
It's a good thing we already call ourselves a shitty little kid.
Yeah.
Shitty little kid. Shitty little kid.
I'm looking for a group of players where everyone's over 6'4", weighs over 200 pounds, and is muscle bound.
It's such good shit.
We make that happen.
Like, I think I'm all three of those, so I'm still in.
I am some of the time.
I'm a hobbit. I will not be involved in that game. I am Shannon. I am playing 11-year-old. Sorry, she's the numbers are hard today, kids. I am playing 11-year-old human artificer Charity Moonlight. Charity has very, very not worky legs and was about to go see her teacher, who's kind of a jerk, about, maybe busting a Warforged out of the museum. Also, I have ice cream.
Oh, I want ice cream.
And that's the blizzard.
The
I'm
blizzard,
so
I know.
jealous.
You deserve that.
We could just skip D&D and go get ice cream. If that's what you really want.
I feel like we've done that before in real life.
Probably. I think we probably have. I know we left a game one time because for ice cream just to calm people down, but it was not D&D.
It was not D&D.
No.
That was a different game.
Monopoly.
No, it was
Frostgrave.
Frostgrave, yeah. People
that'll do it.
not happy during that game.
Competitive game of Frostgrave. Not a fun game, a competitive one.
Ew.
It was competitive to one person, which
True.
made it not good for everybody else.
Spicy.
It was quite a spicy meatball.
It's spicy.
Okay, I'm Cassandra. I am playing Amulet Sticky Fingers, who is a Kender barbarian. And last that we saw her, she destroyed some fools, avoided looking at wieners, and now she rolled up to the front of the robot to like your mom in a minivan waiting to pick up Twig.
Whoa! Are you doing your best Sue impersonation? Is that what's going on?
Yes, there you go. Sue.
Nice.
Sue. Warrior. I play Big Dog King Echo. Noel Echo Knight fighter. Last time we saw Echo, he was watching Presto from the 80s D&D cartoon Cup of Blood.
Yeah, those things will happen.
Turns out traveling the plains with Echo is worse than flying Spirit.
I feel like Jefferson in the second act of Hamilton. Like I just walked in and it's like, so what did I miss? Like
What?
It was.
She went down.
It's definitely been a time.
shit got real.
It did get real.
We stopped being polite and everything.
Yeah.
True story.
Oh man, Nate, I hate you so much that you're gonna roll initiative.
All right, let's do it. Son of a. All right. Well, that's
We're off to a good start.
well, I rolled a 4, but it's 11.
Oh, Nate.
That's a very Horatio roll.
Oh, Nathan. What shall we ever do?
You want some of my ice cream? Will that help?
Hey! Stop. Moratorium on teasing us with your ice cream.
I mean, it depends on the flavor. So,
No, it doesn't. It's all good.
well, not a huge fruit in my ice cream person. But, you
It's
know,
Oreo.
not bad. Not bad.
The best.
You are a disadvantage for the remainder of the game.
Whoa!
That's cold hearted.
DM Fiat. All right.
It's all right. I'll take a long time and we won't get to you.
I'm going in 16.
Oh, all right.
So I'm going first.
You are.
And he's going to make 2 attacks. Oh, does a 22 hit? Because
Really?
I don't think the 12 does.
Does a 22 hit? Yes, a 22 hits.
All right. So Victor is not fully shredded up. It's just, you can see Victor, but the armor's around him, but it's open. Like I described at the end of last episode, his, like, he's grinning, but it's not it's like almost to the point where you can see his mouth looks like it's gonna split. He's got what looked like were tears, and now as they're coming out of his eyes, you can see that they're blood. He's got blood coming out of, I almost say he has a nose coming out of his blood. He's got blood coming out of his nose. His pupils in his eyes are almost non-existent. His eyes almost look like just white orbs. And he brings the halberd-like weapon up first with the butt, and you sidestep it, but then he slashes down with the blade. And you take 7 damage. Slashing damage, but
All right. Okay. Is that his turn?
that is his turn. He stays within melee range of you.
Okay. So as a bonus action, I'm going to use my channel Divinity Emissary of Peace, and I get a +5 bonus to charisma persuasion checks for the next 10 minutes.
Ooh,
Nice. It's fancy.
So we'll see how that works out for me.
Is that your whole turn? That was bonus action.
That's my bonus. Now I'm going to decide who to talk to. Let's start with Victor.
Sounds excellent.
So I guess as my action, I will try to persuade him to not murder me.
How are you going to do that?
Very carefully.
Can you get like
Please don't murder me.
talk to me like you would be talking to Victor? What are you trying to persuade him with? What kind of, for lack of a better term, leverage are you using?
Sure. Victor, I have no idea what you're going through right now. I know that was a lot, but we need to focus.
I hit you, right?
Yeah.
Make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Ooh. Of course. 5.
Would you like to spend any inspiration or anything like that?
I mean, I would if I had any.
Don't have any, you say. Oh.
I thought we were out of the domains.
Oh, twig. So when you're hit, you're going to do everything at disadvantage.
Okay.
For now. You start to hear this very faint sound that is almost like just white noise. But as it continues to kind of go, you start to pick up like almost hidden melodies, and it's overwhelming your critical thinking skills. You can't seem to focus. It's the same thing with your vision. You are losing your peripheral vision, and your focus is becoming extremely tight in on what's going on. And you just feel your conscious morality feels like it's now in the passenger seat of your body. Like you are having this experience of almost looking at yourself outside of yourself, and almost like you're struggling with everything you're doing.
But I can still act just at disadvantage with all that.
Yes.
Okay.
Currently.
All right. So I'm going to roll that persuasion.
Roll that beautiful bean footage, Twig.
All right. So I rolled a 12 and an 11. So that is at least close for the disadvantage. So let's see. 11, 7. That is 18.
So you're appealing to Victor's loss. You watch as he slows, and he raises up, and it's almost like he can't quite attack again. And that is when he literally spills out of Charette, because Charette dissipates back into the gym. He's still there, still armed.
Okay.
Would you like
Is
to
that
do
it?
anything else this on your turn?
No, that's my action and my bonus. Actually, he's still in front of me, right?
He's right in front of you. Yeah,
Okay, so I'll just kind of move to comfort him and put my arm around his shoulder.
Okay. Also, by closing the distance, it's awfully hard to swing a giant pole arm.
That's also a bonus.
So you move in, and you put your arm around him. There's no comforting skill. Although now I feel like D&D needs a comfort skill. So I would like you to roll a persuasion check, but you're not a disadvantage. I'll let you roll it straight up.
Okay.
Actually, I'll give you a +1 because you're furry. And it's
Excellent.
always nice to hug furry things.
It's true.
Unless you have allergies. Wait, does Victor have allergies? He does not.
Well, it's good that he doesn't have allergies, but it's bad that I rolled what I just rolled, which was a 1.
Oh no, Twig is a terrible hugger.
Yep.
This is now canon. Twig goes in to hug, and you think it's maybe because you're so off, but your tiny little otter claws go right into him as you move in to hug.
Oh no.
And start to draw blood. And I want you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
I cannot roll tonight. So it's a 14.
Still good enough, because I rolled real bad. Victor tried to shoot you with the laser gun. When you went in, he allowed you to claw him, and it was going to be like, pew, 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 pew. But instead, you just at the last minute turn, but you do get singed on the side. So now you're wrapped in this awkward killing embrace of bad hugs, laser guns, and claws. Your turn.
And it smells like burning hair.
It smells like burning hair. Amulet, what are you doing right now? Are
I
you just still
mean,
watching the outside?
I'm outside. I'm guarding. I'm waiting to
Ha-
see if I hear anything.
Just hack and protect.
Heck and protect.
You know you would probably be normal again because no one's attacked you.
I feel that makes me more stealthy.
It's fair. It does make you a lot smaller, less loud.
Do I hear anything? Do I hear the laser gun?
Make me a perception check, please.
Okay.
Good question.
Oh boy. I
Oh
mean,
boy.
I don't think a 7's gonna do it.
You hear the sound of your finger scraping the inside of your nose.
I'm not a nose picker.
Mm.
Okay. Well, what were you doing when you weren't hearing a laser gun go off?
I mean, I probably wasn't picking, but probably scratching something.
Fair. It's fair enough. You're a Kender. You have no fear. Scratch away. Twig, what are we doing?
Well, I had my turn. Is he having another turn, or is he?
No, it's
having
your turn.
Okay.
His shooting at you was his turn. Oh, hiccups. Why?
All right. Oh man, I'm so bad at hugs. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I didn't mean to hurt you.
Make me another wisdom saving throw, please.
There we go. 19.
Okay. You feel like you're starting to regain control, but you're not fully in control. It's like doing that harm without meaning to. All of a sudden, it's like, oh gosh, what is going on with me? Also, I almost got shot.
So am I still at disadvantage?
You are.
Okay.
You are disadvantaged currently.
Hmm. Victor, can we go back to get all the stuff to Bronson, and then we can work on stopping those giant freaking monster things?
Make me another persuasion check, unless you'd like to do something else.
No, that's what I'm gonna stick with. That's a 9.
That's your turn.
Yeah.
Victor's hands go up and he grabs you by the neck. So he is going to grapple you as he tries to slowly choke you to death.
All right.
22 is his score.
All right. Can I use acrobatics?
Yeah.
All right. I get advantage on that, so I will
So you roll it at
roll
normal.
straight. Son of a. That's a 1.
His hands close around.
Thanks,
His
Doug.
hands close around your neck. The gun drops to the floor, and he begins to squeeze the life out of you. So you immediately take 3 points of damage.
All right. Was that his turn?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm not sure I'm going to get through. Actually, do I need a wisdom save?
Yeah, please.
All right. And these are also a disadvantage, right?
No, no,
Okay.
yeah, it would be. It would be. Yeah. You failed that first one so miserably.
Well, I rolled a natural 20, but the other one is 12.
12 is good enough. You're now at normal.
All right. Perfect.
The damage done to you has kind of made you go, oh gosh, what's going on?
Srat. Can you help me out here?
Make me a persuasion check.
I need new dice. That is a 10.
So as he's looming over you and choking you and staring just bubbling foam out of the side of his mouth. The gem, almost in slow motion, falls off his head and tumbles. It's falling, and then it rights itself and sticks right on your forehead.
Not what I was expecting, but I'll take it.
He looks down at you as he's choking you, because that was your turn, correct?
Yeah.
And just drives his head into you twice, very, very hard.
All right.
And he has advantage because you're grappled,
Sure.
and hits almost crits twice.
Oof.
So, well, I rolled really well for a total of 5 damage,
All
which
right.
is a lot for headbutts.
Yeah.
It does not change the fact you now have this calm feeling of other throughout your body, and you can hear it in your head that Charette prepared for activation.
Activate.
You feel this cold come over you. I want you to make a con saving throw, please. You can do so at advantage.
And that is 20 total.
And all of a sudden, it's almost like all of your limbs have extended. The hold on your neck is broken, and you loom over the top of Victor.
Is that my action or bonus action?
Bonus action.
Okay. All right. Victor, I don't want to hurt you. I want to help you. We can get through this. You just need help.
At this point, Victor is like almost like hunched down, arms like almost dragging to the floor, and it just looks like he's completely lost all semblance of control.
And he's ignoring
Like
me.
at
or
one
should I-
point, he even reaches down for the halberd, and it's like he can't even manage to close his hand.
Okay, so he's not. Even if I rolled, he's not paying attention.
Yeah, he just is
Okay.
rabid dog mode.
All right. As my charrette mode, I want to pick up Victor, pick up the halberd, and then I just want to go.
Make a grapple check.
I don't know why I rolled 2 dice. I rolled 2 1s, so that's real ugly.
You you got to pick up Victor, and he, because you rolled 2 1s, he hits the gem on your head with his flailing, and your charrette mode deactivates, and you both fall in a tumble to the floor with the halberd between you and the charrette stone just skittering away across the metal floor. Amulet, make me another perception check, please. Because that was a big racket.
Oh, I'm real perceptive that time. I got a dirty 20.
Oh.
You hear Skitch holler, and you hear
Skitch?
Skitch. I'm sorry, Twig.
Okay.
Damn it, I got so excited for a minute.
You hear Twig holler, and you also hear something metal clang to the floor. Are you headed in?
Yeah. Oh, crap. And I'm going to run in as fast as I can.
Make me an intelligence check. Since you have not been in here, you could easily get turned around.
I could. 14.
You're able to follow the sound. You will be in at the end of the round. Oh, I just
Okay.
made a rhyme, and I didn't even mean to. So it is now Victor's turn, and Victor just leaps at you to start choking you again. So he'll make his grapple attack, and I will miss horribly that time. You're up, Twig.
26. Oh, you're rolling 2 hit.
Yeah,
Okay, that's fine.
it doesn't matter. Even if I rolled to just to grapple you,
Yeah.
I rolled a 3. So.
All right, so I will definitely dodge Victor. I want to dive for the Charette Stone.
Okay, make me a acrobatics check.
All right, that is a 27.
So he dives for you, and you actually, with one foot, kick the halberd, and it rotates and trips him, and he falls flat on his face, also narrowly missing and impaling himself on the blade. You back roll up and shoot over and grab the stone. That is your action, just as Amulet comes stomping in to the room. Amulet, you see Twig. I'm sorry, my brain is not doing well today. Twig, and you see Victor, and they are both lying. Well, Victor's face down on the ground. Twig is on one knee, and he's fumbling with something in his hands. What would you like to do?
What's going on? Twig?
We're having some troubles here. It's hard to explain. Just don't hurt Victor.
Like the nicest explanation if someone's been trying to murder me. Just having some problems.
I'm gonna walk up and try to help Twig stand up.
You walk over and you pull Twig up to his feet. You turn and look, and Victor is literally on all fours. Just he looks like a wild animal. And that is when he rushes you both. Charity, you make your way into the pub. Its name I cannot recall. My
It's fine.
apologies.
Rando Pubby McPub face.
Welcome to Pubby McPub Face, where everybody knows your name. That's now canon.
Cool. It's canon. I'm into it.
It's a chain. They make you wear flare there.
Oh.
Flare, which are small tassels with a tiny picture of Richard Flare, who is the multiversal version of Ric Flair. Here he is the world's most famous accountant. And he doesn't say woo, he says, by golly.
I have no words. Continue.
He is their mascot and owner. Stylen.
Tax filing.
That is an inspiration if you don't have one.
I need it.
Please, someone write some Richard Flare fiction for Shannon's homebrew world, because I definitely want to hear about some styling and tax filing.
Oh my god!
I'm so sorry I put that into the world, but I'm also so happy about it.
It's Storm Song canon. I'm fine with it.
So he owns and is the mascot of these chain restaurants.
Very, very fancy dress accountant.
Yes, he has like
very fancy.
Would you say they're like fringed out suits?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I would say so as well.
Yeah.
And he always comes out and he's always carrying a clipboard and a pocket protector on, and then he always spins around. You know, I can't remember what I said. He said, "What? Oh, by golly, what's all this they're talking about in here?"
Oh,
Sorry,
God.
I don't even know how this happened. This is what happens when my brain isn't working. It's
I'm like
gross.
I'm like a disease. I show up and
Well, I think I'm just my brain not work, so brain do dumb thing.
brain no work.
Yep. Bird. All right. So you look across the room as you're being kind of swaddled and cradled by Bliss to hide who you are. You think. And you see Professor Atwood at one of the tables. And you can see him say, "No, I did not order this. It's too done. I need it with more sauce, and my wine needs a refill." And the very overworked and covered in flair waiter, yeah, we'll say waiter, just sighs, and you can hear them yell to the kitchen as they walk back. "He wants it again! With more blood. Yes, more, please. And I feel like I should be comped all wine for your heir."
Can we have Bliss just like slide Charity's head like into the frame, and Charity's all it is Charity like, "You're nasty."
She just kind of says, "This person sounds horrible."
Yeah. I mean, he's kind of a douche canoe. I'm honest. Not. I mean, he's not terrible. Like he kind of gave me some decent grades, but like there was this whole thing. I may have blown something up, and it wasn't really my fault. But he got kind of pissed about it, so it might be
A flight of your finest wines.
kind of suspended.
He is sniffing the bouquet of his newest wine. He stops.
Man, I want someone to fart it right now. Just right. It's just
What is is he human or is he?
He's human. Yeah, he's very human.
He stops. "I would know that stench anywhere.
How did you miss me?
Miss Momont.
What's up, Teach? How you been? You look good.
Can ruin literally everything.
Ruin? I'm an enhancement, my guy.
Please do not take a seat at my table."
But I can't really sit I mean, I'm kind of already sitting. Bliss, you sit, because then technically, like, this is Bliss.
He finishes one entire glass. And they pour him another.
So, how you been?
Much better now that you have been gone for so long. Much worse now that you have turned up at my table.
So, about that, Teach, got a little proposition for you.
The answer is an emphatic no.
But what if, okay, hear me out.
No.
Hear me out. No, hear me out. You want to hear me out. You want to hear me out.
Can I make a persuasion check?
He goes to put his finger over your mouth as like a shushing. And then he like looks at his finger in your face and your lips in his finger and he goes, "Disgusting." Moves his hand backwards. You lick it, and then he spends the next 2 minutes trying to clean his finger off as if it's touched something horrific.
So I have a little idea, and I think you're going to be really into this.
Most likely no, unless it involves you leaving.
It does.
Oh, then a discussion can be had. In
Excellent.
fact, how about you leave now?
Well, okay.
Discussion ended.
I need a little something first, Teach. So
No,
here's my thought. No, here's my thought. Hear me out. Hear me out.
No.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
No.
Hear me out. Come on. You want to hear me out?
Server, please remove this small urchin from my table or bring me more free wine. Putting up with this child makes me parched.
I have a way that you can not only get rid of me for an extended amount of time.
I've already looked into having you killed. It was too expensive.
Okay, well, that's really messed up.
You did
Two.
blow up my laboratory.
On accident. Wasn't exactly my fault either. You
Years
could.
Years of work down the drain.
Listen.
I'm an
sometimes,
academic genius,
sometimes we
and
have
you
to
have
suffer.
tried to ruin me.
I haven't tried to if I tried to ruin you, the academy wouldn't be standing.
Oh, so now you've threatened the institution.
I'm not threatening anything.
of
It's a great
higher
school.
learning you claim to love. Must you always hurt the things you love, Miss Snowmart?
Listen, the last time I checked, I'm not the one that hurts the things I love because my best friend is the one on the throne, isn't she?
And yet you flaunt your civil disobedience, and you seek to injure the body and soul of the faculty.
The body and soul of the faculty that
Yeah,
intentionally puts.
I'm talking about me personally. I am the
Oh,
body and soul of the faculty.
sure. Okay, like I was saying, I have this idea. So this would get me out of your hair.
Have your inspiration, please. Dwayne.
I have a proposition. Okay, hear me out. Hear me out.
No.
Number one gets me out of.
She's like, I love it. She's like, whatever. I'm talking anyway.
Bliss is just watching this ping pong game of verbiage back and forth.
And it's very clear that Charity has had these conversations with him so many times.
Yeah, I have a feeling this is how every conversation you have with this person starts.
Pretty much.
And then it takes like 30 minutes for you to wear him down.
Yeah, pretty much. So, as a matter of fact, I think knowing that she would intentionally spend 10 minutes.
He's already sent food back twice more before you get to the actual point where a conversation can take place.
So yeah, she basically
It's too wet. No, it's too wet this time. What have you done? It's too wet.
So
It would be right this time, but it's taken so long. I want something else.
you had a lot of texture issues, man.
It's from the explosion.
Oh,
This is your fault.
oh, like a PTSD kind of thing. Gotcha.
No, it caused me to lose my sense of taste.
That was unexpected. Cool.
Everything you do is unexpected, as are the shabby results of your so-called skills.
Shabby results. So here's what I'm gonna say. Here's what I'm
please.
getting to.
Please don't.
So the problem is
You.
I have shabby results, right? Right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. So
Mm.
shabby results. I've been your student for what, like 3 years now? And the worst of everything that I've
bla-
produced has happened.
and I blame. I want to tell you this with all of my heart. I blame you. This is all of your fault.
What if I told you that the Archmage Leona Clavella doesn't agree with that? And she actually thinks it's your fault. And,
Not true.
you know, your reputation is kind of not great anymore. I mean, it's like, maybe
Lies,
like 3 years ago you were
slander.
like here, and now you're like here. So what if I have a solution that is going to like take you from here? And it's going to put you back up here. You're picking up what I'm throwing down? Yeah, you're picking up what I'm throwing down.
Alchemy is not a popularity contest.
But it could, well, it totally should be. Alchemy's rad.
Yes, it is rad, but not a popularity contest.
Well, it's not necessarily all about
I-
popularity. It's about,
I will always be known as the greatest alchemist of my age,
you're not,
but I am.
but you're not.
I am. You're wrong.
But no, but you're not.
I am.
Nope.
I'm not going to continue to argue
Nope.
with a prepubescent hooligan.
I'm actually
And then
technically kind of
Drinks
pubescent now.
another glass of wine. Just
Can you tell me how
fingers
menstruation
shaking
works?
at the stem.
Actually, you know, I don't have a lot of like father figures. Could you tell me about how menstruation works? Because like I'm really curious.
I could, but I won't. You don't deserve the information.
So you're
He
sexist
looks-
too.
He looks over at Bliss and he says, I don't know who you are, but you seem to have some control over the mobility of this small miscreant. Can you please have this end? And she's like, looks down at you like, oh, I have no idea what's going on. This might be the most horrific thing. And I've been to Avernus. This conversation might be the worst thing.
So all you have to do, T-Dog,
I don't
my
have
guy,
to do
my dude,
anything.
my buddy, my pal. All you gotta do to
I am
get rid of
Thaddeus
charity
Professor
is all you gotta do.
Thaddeus
All you
Atwood, and
gotta
I
do.
need
All you gotta do.
to do
All
nothing.
you gotta do. All you gotta do. All you gotta do is get me to the museum and let me take that word. And then what I'll do is I'll turn it into a great big machine and I can put myself in it. How rad does that sound? And then I can actually take it and I can just skedaddle on out of here. And you won't have to see me anymore. I can turn it into a project. You're going to be like an amazing teacher. And everyone's going to be like, yeah, that is, woo, yeah.
I am an amazing instructor.
Yeah, but they're all going to think so, which they don't.
They already know so. There is no thought in the process.
No, that's
But
the
this
problem.
would guarantee you leaving.
It would totally guarantee me leaving, like,
Would you
for
leave?
a long time.
No, not good enough. You would leave forever.
Oh yeah, totally, forever. Yeah, 100%.
You're
Never
lying.
coming back. No, I'm not lying. I'm not lying. I'm never coming back.
Make a
Deception check.
deception check, please. Oh, and make it good because I rolled really well.
Oh no. Ah! I rolled a 19.
You are a terrible liar.
No, I'm an excellent.
You've learned nothing.
I've learned so much. But like, isn't the promise of me kind of never coming back better than the idea of me regularly coming back?
This moment, no.
Yeah,
No.
it's totally
You
better.
never returning is the best outcome of all
But-
outcomes.
Okay, but like my bestest friend is kind of in charge, so
Hence the reason you've never been expelled permanently.
I know, and that's the reason that I can't say I'm never gonna come back. But like,
Can't you make friends elsewhere? Isn't this young lady your friend?
I have friends elsewhere,
And
and that's why I need to
He
do
looks
this.
at Bliss and he says, "You're not, are you? You're not a friend."
She's totally my friend, Blissy. We're friends, right? Yeah, we're BFFs.
At that point, he goes, "Ouch! Why, I have been struck." And then you see a tiny form fly back over and sit on the bridge of your nose. Reach
Dude, I
out
think
with its fist and say, "They're best friend."
best friend.
And now you've had one of your hooligan friends assault me in public. At a
I don't know.
meal,
Nothing happened. I don't
you've
know. What are you
ruined this
seeing?
night.
What are you
It's
seeing?
ruined. It's ruined.
Why are you saying? Why are you saying
This
it like
he
that?
looks at the waiter. This night has been ruined. You let the rabble in. You will give me 5 bottles of wine to go.
Hey, I take like
Now
5
sit
chicken nuggies.
as it continues to speak.
I would like some chicken nuggies. 5 of them. And make sure they're cut like stars.
She can have 2. I will not
3.
be paying for them.
3.
As you haggle over chicken nuggies, I want you to make me a perception check.
Okay. Oh, pure chaos. 15.
You, out of the corner of your eye, you see a few individuals enter the all of a sudden I can't remember the name of some stuff I made up, like
Pubby McPub face.
Pubby McPub face.
Negotiations. Yes.
Oh, I blame myself for this. It's like I'm just throwing meatballs over the plate for Ryan to crush. They seem to be kind of like trying to nonchalantly check the room. And you notice them catch Bliss and her giant swaddled child being you, and then they start talking to one another, kind of looking over at you side-eyed. Just as your 2.5 chicken nuggies arrive, and Professor Atwood's giant box of bottles of wine, which has now been negotiated to 12. You should have this delivered. It's too heavy for me to carry alone.
You know, if you help me take care of my problem, I could carry it for you.
I think you would be pawning that off on this nice young lady, as you don't seem to be currently in the carrying business, but in the being carried business.
That's my whole point. So if you give me what I'm asking for and you help me get it, I will be able to carry it.
Constantly blackmail me into things I do not wish to do.
Because you suck.
That would be the proverbial kettle, would it not?
I mean, I don't suck. I'm awesome.
I know I am awesome as well. One might say rad, as you did earlier. You are constantly being a thorn in my side. You have talent, Miss Momart, but you would prefer to engage in shenanigans.
It's not so much that I prefer to engage in shenanigans. It's that I think the entire social structure of this world is broken and shouldn't be the way that it is.
But you would prefer to simply cause issues rather than making meaningful changes.
You don't know that. You've never once bothered to ask me exactly what I wanted to major in. You never once asked me what my focus was, and you never once asked me, as someone who's supposed to be my guide, what I wanted to accomplish.
It's been hard to do that when you're blowing up laboratories.
Yeah, well, it's hard to do anything when you're constantly being told how much you suck by someone who's supposed to be your teacher.
I perhaps thought pushing you would result in you finding a better way to handle these things. Your anger makes you sloppy, and then you make heirs. So I will attempt a new route. I do not wish to see you simply leave, because I see that you have value and merit, and beyond the fact of who you are friends with. You are a very good potential-wise student who could affect change. I am not a social climbing animal. That is why I don't care about my reputation. I only care about alchemy. Alchemy is change.
So then let me use what you've taught me so that I can fix what's wrong with this world.
He kind of stops and sits there almost kind of pondering. You can hear for the first time, the kind of din of the restaurant seems to drop out. He reaches over and he grabs one of your chicken nuggets and he eats it. I should have ordered nuggets.
Yeah, they're always good.
His eyes rotate up, and then he looks down at you and he says, "There are 2 men approaching you from behind, and both appear to be of ill temper."
Yep.
he stands up and he walks over to them and he starts berating them about carrying his box of wine. At this point, I would like you to make a stealth check. You're using Bliss's score since.
Oh, thank God.
But I
I
want you to
was like, this is not going to end well.
I want you to make the roll, please.
Oh, Christ. It's a 13.
It's good enough. She
Okay.
literally just waits for the waiter to come by and drifts off of the back, and you find yourself in the back of the restaurant, by where the restrooms are, and she is visibly shaking now. And in the background, you can hear, "Well, I've never heard of such unwilling workers who are unable to make a simple task come to fruition. I will be speaking." "Oh, you don't work here. Well, if you're wearing the uniform, I just assume all your normal clothes. I am so sorry. Why would you dress like that? Those are terrible." After a few minutes, you were kind of watching, and you notice the two guys case the room, and then they leave.
I'll kind of like look over at Bliss.
You
Atwood-
good?
Atwood sits down at his table and is kind of looking around, and you go back to the table.
Yeah, absolutely.
You go back and he's sitting there, and they're wrapping his box of wine bottles like a thing he can carry. And he looks at the waiter and he's, "Thank you, Jeremy. You're always the best waiter." And then hands the waiter he's been berating for hours 2 gold pieces. You come back over and Bliss, and you sit down. Puts his hand up and says, "I do not wish to argue. It is fruitless to do so. It is a waste of both of our times. This looks to be precarious timing. I will leave. You will go here." He pushes a piece of paper, like a napkin, that he scrawled on. "I will be there in 10 minutes. I will do what you have requested. But I will have a request of my own.
Got it.
Should you see those 2 men or 2 men like them, you will contact me before the end of the night via Raven Messenger."
Can do.
He stands up. He's dressed very much like Vincent Price with the smoking jacket on and everything. And that he still puts another jacket on, his tall, slender form, and struggles to carry the box, but he does. And he leaves the restaurant.
She watches him go, and like as he goes, she just like reaches down and takes the last nugget.
You hear Magnar say, "I hate to see him leave, but I'd love to see him leave."
Yeah, you're growing on me.
What a doofus.
I mean, yeah, but he's really good at what he does.
Bliss kind of sits there for a moment. And then she takes a second and says very softly, "Is compromise so bad?"
Sometimes here, it kind of can be. Things are complicated on Storm Song. It's a long story.
Charity, as ostensibly your relative, I've done things that are complicated. Even prior to that, things are always complicated. Sometimes you can't put out a fire with gasoline. No matter how much gasoline you have.
Yeah. Gotta find a better way. I know.
This, however, is not one of those times. So let's go get that Warforged armor. Let's burn this shit to the ground.
That's the Blissey I know.
Magnar looks at her and then looks at you, and he's just like, "I'm liking this more and more." Yes, let's burn this shit to the ground. Who knew being like righteous would be so full of burning things to the ground?
I know, right? It's dope.
Yeah, I'm in. Make me a perception check as you head outside.
Okay.
Gah. Yeah, that's a nat one.
Okay. You go out and it's kind of foggy, as if the precipitation, and it's also some of the smoke from the airship issue that went on. You make your way to follow the address. Anything you want to do in the meantime? That's good. You'll have time to think about it. Akko. Transition.
Starlight, Echo.
Akko, you are just notice Presto wiping blood from his mouth. What would you like to do? Is there anything you'd like to do?
You need to go see doctor.
Kind of looks at you and says, "Not until this is done."
No, go see now. King order.
Akko, this has to be the priority. It always has to be the priority. Eric and I agreed before you were ever here, and it has to be that way. I'm sorry, but this is one of those times where I'm just going to tell you no.
Echo like orders a couple of the clerics to like spell him up or whatever. Hey, you fix.
So
Presto.
a couple of the clerics do so. One of them pulls you aside, like afterwards. It kind of works with him, but it also kind of doesn't.
Just this time? What not work?
The royal mage was cursed a number of years ago.
Cursed by who?
It's not something that we really talk about.
Echo King can talk to King. King say okay.
There was a confrontation between the Horned Society, their allies, and the heroes of the realm. The royal mage was cursed by the wizard Kellex, and when the Cleric says that they kind of like look down, like they don't even want to say it out loud.
So is sick, can't heal.
Yes.
What?
There hasn't been anything we've found that stops it. We've slowed it considerably. But it doesn't help that the Royal Mage is constantly pushing himself.
You think Kelly can fix?
He did cast the spell.
Or not?
I think it's why he's been kept alive.
Keep try fix. Have some clerics work on this all time.
You can try.
It's important.
Take my leave, my liege. And they bow and walk up backwards away and then turn around.
Also vows because he's still weird.
It's weird because he's a weirdo.
Like, sure.
Yeah, okay.
Lots of people bow here. It's strange.
What would you like to do?
Um,
What's next on the
the kingly agenda.
king agenda?
So Presto has gone off to ostensibly research this well of worlds. Is that correct? Okay. How long is it until the council meeting?
Less than a day.
Okay. Echo will spend some time. So the gnolls that he had an encounter with before, are they from the area? Do people like, are they from the area? Are they sort of a known presence? Or
Yeah.
okay.
But they've never been this aggressive.
Okay. Echo will go, he'll probably just ask around because I'm sure he doesn't know. He'll go to like the royal provisioner, shall we say, the person who's in charge of food supply, food production, whatnot. And he will ask about, like, he'll be like, he'll ask for like a large wagon full of food.
A large wagon full of food.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you go to meet the oh man, I'm trying to think of what you would even call them.
I don't know. It's like
the head of agriculture, I guess.
Sure. Works. It's canon. Done. Boom.
Yeah.
Head of agriculture.
What is this person's name?
Their name is Harold McGuffin.
So Harold.
Mm-hmm.
Harold is a beefy young lady. And you're a little surprised because you know enough about humans that that's usually a male's name.
Mm-hmm.
She bows. She's wearing a leather apron. Good Lord, all of a sudden, can't remember. It's got a pocket with like a pad in it and a writing utensil. She's got a hacksaw on her belt, a big hammer. She's wearing like a backpack, and she is furiously and so skillfully with one of the smallest, as far as width of blade knives you've ever seen, carving a boar. She
Taco is
just
like, cool.
one of the people in her department comes in and says, Harold, there's someone to see you. She says, busy, send him away. I'm busy. This is busy work.
Taco just goes, no.
She looks over her shoulder and she's like, oh, half-ass curtsies and goes right back to carving this meat impeccably. What do you want? I'm busy.
Echo will take his helmet off. He will clank over to the table, pull out a knife, and assist with expertly butchering this animal.
Make me a sleight of hand check.
4.
So you're like, Echo, good. And it's terrible. She like in fact stops at one moment and she just watches you do it. And she's like, you may be good with a long thick blade, but you're shit with a carving knife.
Is how we do at home.
It's shit. Look how much you're wasting.
No waste.
Come here.
Chew on bone. Easy.
She looks in, she goes, we don't have the same teeth. I'd like to keep mine.
Get better teeth.
You get regular teeth.
Come
here. She like barks at you. She has you come over and she puts the knife in your hand. And then she steps behind you and she walks you through very slowly all of these cuts. And after about 10 minutes, you notice that the bone's clean. She's like, now without me hand holding, make another sleight of hand check with advantage.
Natural 20. Easy.
You cruise to the next one. You can almost feel like the knife becomes like an extension. And she's watching and she says, you have a talent for butchery.
Oh no, it's like obviously.
You would maybe you take the armor and the crown off once in a while. You can come down here and I'll give you a knife and maybe a few more lessons.
Oh nuts.
Now what do you want?
I could need big wagon full of food.
Why?
Reasons.
No, see, you may be king in name, but I'm responsible for feeding all of these people. I'm responsible for their hard work, the sweat and toil, and making sure it goes to who it needs to go to. So you're not going to come down here, clanking your way, throwing your weight around, and telling me you're going to take my food.
Don't take, you give. I could need food for royal mission. What about
it's got to be better than that.
Have there been like feasts, like royal feasts, like is that the situation here?
One thing about the way Eric runs things is it's very about the people.
Mhm.
Like it's not real ostentatious. The only
Mhm.
reason like their armor looks the way it does is to kind of strike fear in others, but not like in the
Mhm.
general populace. It's all about like taking care of the common folks. And there seems to be a lot of autonomy in these
Mhm.
different departments.
It just says, Echo need take to people who hungry
Give me a list. Let me see a list
of
of
food.
what you want.
Okay. He finds some, I don't know, like a pigskin or something and starts.
She gives you some like butcher's paper.
Perfect.
Um,
Just writes. It's mostly like
it's just illegible scrawl.
it's written in null because he can't write in human or in common. But like the gist of it is like fairly like a fairly meat and vegetable based
So she
haul.
looks at it and she says, "I can't read this. I just I speak and read common. How about you point me to what you think you need?"
All right. Echo points to the meat and he points to the vegetables. He said, not picky, just try to help
Who?
new section of kingdom. Need food.
Who?
Knowles.
She blinks really slow, like she's processing.
Knowles easy to he searches for the word a really long time. Like he's visibly like mentally searching for the word manipulate
So
when hungry.
you're talking, and she's already started on another animal, and she's listening, but it's like she's moving. She's so good with that knife that she's moving it almost unconsciously.
Mhm.
She
Um,
says, "I don't know you. I know your king. Don't know for how long. Know that King Eric trusts you, otherwise wouldn't put a crown on you. Know that the royal mage trusts you. Saw you palling around. If you're going to do this, it's got to be quiet. Let the populace hears you're giving their food, the animals they've raised, the crops they've harvested, to people who have pillaged and killed the fellow commoners. They'll revolt."
nods. It just says,
I'm not going to be the person that puts you in a position to make King Eric look like a fool.
Echo
She
nods,
she pulls
shrugs.
down. She's got like a almost like a handkerchief thing around her neck. She pulls it down, and you can see this massive rope burn around her neck. That man cut me off a gallows pole. I've
Why?
shed blood for that man. I've killed for that man. I've killed for these people. I've killed your kind. I've killed my kind. I'll do it again if that's what it takes to keep things safe. I'm
Echo
also
nods.
not willing to let someone starve.
Echo nods. Says, trying to keep kingdom safe. Knowles attack. Maybe because hungry. Always try fight. Never try feed. Try to solve problem without
So
killing.
it's end of the day. I'll make sure there's a cot outside the wall. I'll make sure it's full. Won't be the best. But it'll be food, it'll be veg. A little bit of fruit that we've got to have going before it goes bad.
Go nods.
If someone
Says,
sees you with that cart, you stole it. At your prerogative. And that puts us at, she gets ready to finish her sentence, and there's that on the doorway. You look, and there's a large man in religious vestments.
"Hmm,
And I want you to make me a insight check.
20.
You don't know, you think they heard the tail end, maybe the last like 3 or 4 words. And this person doesn't like walk into the room, they kind of stride in. And they've got a couple clerics behind them. And the thing you also catch out of your eye is as soon as they kind of interrupt, you see Harold. That knife goes from cutting to spinning on their fingers, almost like I'm ready to carve something else. She looks at you and she looks over. Yeah, Grace. Oh, it's been a rough day. I have heard through channels that you are concerned about the health of the Archmage,
Go nods.
my king. What can I assist you
Hmm. Is need fix curse.
with? We've attempted numerous times. He's not responsive to treatment. Sometimes it's not just about the skill of the divine giving the treatment, but the recipient. And as much good as the Archmage has done, he's a godless heathen.
Go blinks a couple of times.
He blinks back at you, like aggressively, like he's mocking you.
Hmm. Who your god?
It doesn't matter because they wouldn't accept you. You two are godless heathen. Understand
looks-
this. You may be king in name, but that's all it is. And you're speaking to rabble such as Harold means nothing. Eric got the kingdom where it needed to be. And now it's time for leadership change.
Go nods. He says, leadership change. Echo King now. Different.
Council meets tomorrow. We'll see if you're still king by the end of it.
It's like, why are you here? Go away.
I'm here to let you know that you won't be king. You never should
say?
have been given that crown.
Who say?
You're
Half brown.
You're not ordained by our deities. You're simply an interloper.
Who going to take crown? You? Like you see try.
You are an awful lot of barking with a very little bite, doggy. Be very,
Not-
very
Good
aware.
dog.
Be very, very aware of your betters. Should you press this issue with me here, I would be forced to smite you down with the full power of my deity.
Who your deity?
I don't sully their name to those of your ilk.
You not know name?
He laughs and he turns on his heel and walks out. And you you notice because of your high roll that the clerics that are with him are not the clerics you spoke to earlier, and these clerics are not dressed in robes. These clerics are dressed in armor.
Who are they? Echo says in like a very "who's this asshole" kind of tone.
Harold looks at you and says, "That's someone I should have slipped a knife between their ribs a long time ago."
Yeah. Maybe Echo slip axe between ribs.
I would suggest you use a knife. You're much better with it.
Do not
Bernard,
see Echo with axe.
I've heard the stories.
Hmm.
Sir Bernard is an adamant clergyman, a zealot, a bigot. But the word of his church has spread the last 2+ years since our king is a benevolent king. He has given it the ability to find purchase, and it has. Believe it or not, I'm sure you can. People are shit. If you're different, they let you know. Do you know why I'm named Harold? My father wanted a son so bad he prayed to the gods to give him one. Do you know what I did? I chose to show him and everyone else that it's not the dangle between your legs that makes you worthwhile. It's the brain in your head, the morals you choose, and the weapons you wield. That's why he's dead and I'm not.
Hell
So,
yeah.
so King, I'll leave that out for you. Take it where you may. But a piece of advice: don't turn your back on anyone in the court. They smell the blood in the water. No one's seen Eric for 2 weeks. You are gallivanting around with the Eye Mage, who many of the court think is a buffoon, regardless of the stories of his deeds. And with the Queen up and leaving, and doing so with a knife in the king's back, stability is a rare commodity.
Go nuts. Echo do best.
Reaches into her pouch and she tosses you a piece of jerky and she pulls one out and starts gnawing on it.
Oh, no, it's on his.
It's like the best jerky you've ever had.
Really good. You make this?
Of course I do. Don't tell anyone, they'll all want it.
Echo does the like zip the lips movement, but it takes a really long time because he's got a snout.
She kind of laughs and she says, "Privileges of the court."
It's good beyond court.
Anything else you would like to do?
Thank you for food, Wagon. Echo not tell.
She winks at you and she says, "I don't know what you're talking about."
Echo doesn't get it for a really long time and then laughs way too late.
She pulls, she's still not on jerky. She pulls out her hammer and she just starts tenderizing this massive hunk of meat. She's strong. I mean, like she's flattening out meat like nothing.
Echo like goes to leave. He says, "We do bigger animal next time." Walks
says,
out the door.
Maybe next time we hunt it down first, field dress it. That's real fresh.
Fuck yeah.
Does this, aren't you like 15?
Marco's like, totally.
Watch your mouth. She's grinning while she says it. Like, watch your mouth. Boy kings think they can do anything they want.
Do anything I want. On his way out. Anything.
Anything else Akka would like to do?
He will. No, he'll sort of. I think that like the gallivanting comment made him think that he's not that interested in the court because they seem like assholes. So he will spend probably like whatever time he has between now and the cart being ready. I think he'll like spend time amongst the people and talk to people, get to know them, gauge the temperature, that kind of thing.
So as you're walking, you're heading that way, you hear, sir, sir.
What?
A young page who looks like they're about your age. And you've seen this person kind of around when you've been doing stuff with Presto. Sir, he bows deep. One of the counselors arrived early, sir.
Oh,
we want to speak with you.
Now?
This is not someone I feel comfortable saying that you're on the toilet for.
Oh, it would take way longer. Echo. Well, yeah, he'll go. Where?
I have taken the initiative to set up a meeting in one of your dining halls.
Okay. Echo will go there. If he, yeah, he'll stop and like he'll poke his head in to Harold's and be like, maybe be a bit, and then
she just smiles and says, I don't know what you're talking about.
Echo don't either. And then he
good. Let's keep it that way.
Okay. Keep not knowing.
It's the best thing to do in court. Just don't know. You come in to this room. Standing across is a massive orc. This might be the biggest orc you've ever seen. In fact, it's probably an orog, not even an orc. But you're not sure. They're adorned in chain, but over the top of their chain, there's giant animal bones that have been crafted into like pauldrons and different pieces of armor.
Cool.
They are carrying a massive warhammer on their back, and they've got like a buckler that is like the side of a skull of some type of giant reptilian.
Cool.
They look at you up and down. Your new king.
Crow nods.
Where's the pink skin? Is he dead?
You have to narrow down.
I like you.
I like you too.
Eric, where is Eric?
Oh, Eric.
Is he dead?
No, not dead.
Rumor is he's dead.
Rumor wrong.
You know?
Crow nods, like obviously.
Kind of walks around you like he's trying to get a lay of the land. You're small.
Young. He'll get bigger.
12, 14 seasons.
Crow nods. About.
Already a king. Wearing men's clothing.
Is what they had. Shiny.
I'll cut to the chase with you. The gnolls are a problem. My people see you as a usurper.
It's going around.
Men who bring us food and trade see you as a usurper. They spread their words like a flu, infecting my people. My people, in turn, want me to infect you with my hammer.
I go think that poor decision for both of us.
War is always a poor decision. I
Do-
need something to tell them.
Like what? Echo not you, sir. Don't even know what mean.
He kind of looks up and you can see him trying to find the words. I need assurances that you're not a gnoll in sheep's clothing.
Don't have cheap clothes.
A gnoll in humy clothing.
Well, too hot.
You not understand the elegance of allegory.
Go like keep simple.
Hard,
Common, not first
hard,
language.
hard dealing with new ruler who does not think like all the other council.
Take
I
less
would-
time this way.
Agreed. You must give me reason why I do not destroy you, because you are no.
Why would destroy anyway?
No attack orc.
Not always.
Kill my people. They have for 3 days.
Echo.
You have daggers at your back here. Not in the heroes who come to council. Not from me. I would stab you in front or crush your head like a melon with hammer.
Echo looks like he appreciates that.
Like the old orcish leader Gallagher. Oh God, I'm so dumb. But humans with sharp knives and things they want will slide a dagger into your back. These are words I have heard from your people.
Nods. Also have heard from my people.
So, King Akko, you tell Uglik why and how Uglik tells his people that you are worthy of trust of the orcs.
Echo no hurt. Our kingdom. Some orcs attack humans too, but not mean all orcs attack humans.
My tribe does not, because I am strong ruler. If my people attack the humans, the consequences would be dire. I would end them and their bloodline.
Echo nods and says, where Echo from? Almost no attack anyone.
He kind of chortles and looks at you. He says, "You are not where you are from.
Yeah, just like the obviously.
The manling who wore the crown before you is not where he is from.
That's a
He had to earn the respect of the orcs.
Echo odds. Echo happy to earn respect. Been king like 2 days. Working on null solution. Attack here too.
I offer you solution. You ride with King Ulik. We attack a nearby den. We spill blood. We show you united front. And we make our enemies run in terror. They know then that we are no longer easy prey.
Echo shakes his head. No. When Knowles attack here, Echo saw Martin helmet distant.
Hmm.
It's not Knowles' idea.
Kind of
Not fair to Knowles to kill.
looks up like he's thinking. One society.
Echo nods. Got letter. Say Horn helmets attack Elven kingdom too.
All the more reason to run them to ground.
Echo says, Echo not experienced war, but heard stories of battle. Many people who not involved die. Seem unfair. You been to war?
I have fought your very king. I've known war my entire breathing life. Only peace in the last 2 years.
Why not try continue peace? How you get to peace in first place?
Council. Hard work and an attempt to bring an understanding.
Echo understand.
I fear, King, that you and I will find ourselves at an impasse. My responsibility deems that I must spill no blood for the blood they have spilled.
Echo disagree. He says, but Echo have plan. If you need assurance, Echo trying. Echo go to Knoll Village tonight. Bring food. See if stop hunger, stop attacks too. It's worth trying.
Oh, sorry about that.
No problem.
Gnolls do not make. They do not create. They scavenge. I know this because orcs were once like this. We are no longer.
So
Not
why not?
all Gnoll, possibly, because not all orc are ambush.
So why not give Knowles chance?
Because these Gnolls spilt orc blood. These gnolls attacked my tribe. My responsibility. The broken bone tribe will have their pound of flesh. Surely you understand. And don't you dare say no and don't call me Shirley.
Echo no have power in your kingdom, but Echo do have power here. You no touch gnolls that attack this village. Echo go help. You can come if want. Echo going to try even if no one else will. Sometimes unpopular idea. Make best new way.
He looks at you and he just kind of, you can see him pondering. I mean, it's obvious, like his
Echo
brows crease.
like
He's
Echo
actually
like
like gnawing on one of his tusks, like with his
Mhm.
upper teeth. Like he's just,
Mhm.
you can hear his
Echo
teeth scraping.
Echo like takes the helmet off all the way, and he points to his ears, and he has that are they're pierced in several different places, and the earrings are coins that have been modified to fit around his ear. So Echo says, "Gnolls make these craft. Gnolls make whole village out of giant turtles." Is where Echo from.
You can see like he's looking up, like he's imagining it. Like he's trying to work through it. I would like to meet these gnolls.
Maybe Echo take you one day.
Maybe. At that point, there's a frantic knock at the door.
It was like, seriously, what is going on?
You see Kern, your page there again. He's like, "There's somebody to see you." Make me a perception check.
14.
There's something off, but you can't place it.
Off with Kern or
Yeah, something seems a little off. Like he's moving a little funny.
you okay?
There's something to see you.
Okay. You all right?
He kind of starts making his way out of the room down the hallway.
I go, it's like, where? Hello?
He takes you to a library, like one of the small libraries within the keep.
Mhm.
He opens the door for you. He walks in, shuts the door behind you, and then collapses to the floor.
Go sort of like brushes. See.
This apparition floats out and around. There's a person sitting by the fire with their back to you.
What's going on?
This is a courtesy. It is the only courtesy you're being lent. They slowly stand up. Their armor is broad, smells iron. It's tarnished and beaten up. You notice the limbs are thin. They turn. You can see through their helm that they're a skeleton. Kellereth says, "Leave." He's the only option now left for you, Akko. He will be coming to collect.
Collect what?
So, Charity, making your way in the world today takes everything you've got.
Taking a break from all my worries sure would help a lot.
Don't you just want to get away? Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. And you know that one place that you can do that at.
His puppy McPub face.
All right. So are you making your way to the address?
Yes, definitely. And trying to keep my eyes open.
So you don't really see anything. You make your way and you feel pretty confident that you haven't been followed. You make your way to an address, and it's a very small kind of middle squish between two places of business, like a brownstone almost. Not what you expected for Professor App. He peeks his head out, opens the door, and ushers you in. All around you, it's just books and alchemical equipment, just everywhere. You don't know where the man sits. It is a organized hodgepodge of ingredients, beakers, anything you would need in a lab has been crammed into this tiny space or spaces as you move through the house. He actually moves a book, and the bookshelf moves, and you move down two flights of stairs through a hidden door. The whole time he's dead silent. And if you attempt to talk, he shushes you. You come into a room and you can visibly see the magical effect around the room. Once you step into the room, then he begins to speak. Here our words cannot be overheard.
You just got all sorts of tricks, don't you?
Some would say am I to be slightly paranoid. I would tell them that paranoia is simply a rational reaction to an irrational world. You, Miss Momot, while are a thorn in my side most of the time, you're an exceptional thorn. I have other thorns that are far more dangerous. You wish to enter the museum and reclaim an object that does not belong to you.
Yeah, for science.
Mm.
Yeah, this is where you go. Okay.
Part of me desperately wants to chastise you for your reckless endangerment of our history.
Oh, come on. There's at least like 10 more of them.
Please let me finish.
Please tell me he like turns his back and is like walking around at some point.
He's like got his hands behind his back.
Dope.
He's definitely Moff Tarkin.
The second his back is turned, she's like perfectly attentive, and then the second he turns, she's like,
but the greater part of me wishes to see how you will utilize your skills and feels that this opportunity is my obligation to give you. Step in the circle before I change my mind.
Okay.
You step in what looks like a teleportation circle. He walks over to a shelf, he pulls a book off, and he walks over and he puts it in your hands. I expect you to return this at some point. Make me a perception check.
that's a 12.
You hear a loud noise. He steps back and says, I have visitors. I mustn't keep them waiting. Ta-ta for now. And you
But-
disappear. Your eyes go wide with this blue energy. And you open your eyes and you're standing in the middle of the museum. Amulet and Twig. What are we doing?
Well, we were getting attacked.
How are you responding to said attack?
Does he hit?
That's a good question. He's going to swipe at you both with his tiny human hands.
Bring it.
Oh my God. I rolled a 19 and a 17, so I hit you both. Suck it. Both of you take 2 points of damage.
I'll let him do that.
Windmill attack.
I'll let him do that.
What are you doing? Twig and then Amulet.
All right, I'm going to pick up the Charette Stone, activate him again, and then I'm just going to try to hopefully grapple and pick up Victor and get the F out of here.
What's gonna do?
Well, when I fail, you can try.
We double
Let's-
grapple him at the same time.
Yeah, for sure.
Twig gets the legs, I get the arms. Carry him
Alright.
out like sideways.
You
That's-
guys, you two of you could do like a magic killer if you wanted.
A what? Am I supposed to know the reference?
Yeah, you probably should.
Should we both roll or one roll with advantage?
No, both of you can roll.
Okay. Is this a strength?
It is.
Okay.
I'll let you use athletics.
Oh, good.
23.
And by oh, good, I mean they're both -1. 7.
So Twig, you go in to grapple and you just get slapped away. When that happens, Amulet, you step up and you grab Victor around with one arm, kind of pinning it to his body, and you grab around the back of his head and you're pushing it forward, and he slowly loses consciousness. And you just whisper, "Go to sleep.
Shh, go to sleep.
Go to sleep." Patting his head the whole time.
It's easier this way.
He's lying there in front of you both, asleep.
Okay. A lot happened. Basically, Poltlish was here. And
Make me a perception check.
that's 23.
Amulet.
Oh, both of us. 12.
Amulet, you're just like, man, choking a guy out is a lot of work when I'm not in my giant form.
Oh,
Man, we need to get big to do this work.
I gotta buff up in the little form too, I think.
So you're having this Twig, you're starting to run stuff down and you hear behind you
Oh, shit.
language.
Do I hear that?
Yes, you both do.
Who is it? I see him.
Yeah, you turn around and all of a sudden I have to find the thing again. You turn around and leaning in the doorway is Norhand.
Oh,
Hey!
You two were a pain in the ass to track down. Do you know this place isn't on any maps?
Did you know there's dinosaurs out there?
Duh. Yeah.
There's
You're
little
on
big-
a demi-plane where there's flipping giant monsters. That's why I couldn't bring the big boat down to get you.
I mean, we didn't choose to come here, so
well, and the real giant monsters aren't here anymore. They're kind of at this guy's world, and it made him crazy.
she walks over and she points out the Mecha Kong head, and there's a giant two-headed ape eating a bite, literally taking a T-Rex, biting its head off, and like squatting down and just enjoying it like it's a popsicle.
Oh, that
Oh,
guy's
yes.
still here.
Oh no, most of them are here. Hence the reason the boat is out of reach.
That's a good plan. Good plan.
Yeah, it is. So, kids, it's time to get in smaller boat and for us to flee.
Well, we can't go quite yet. We gotta get some stuff back to a friend so he doesn't die.
You also see she's counting, and she's like, "There's only two of you.
Yeah, we had some
Where are the
moments.
other two?
I don't know.
We had some problems.
Did you let the other two die? Are they dead? Because I don't want to have to explain that. That's
They're
like
not dead. I know they're not dead. They're not dead. Don't even say it. Don't put the words out there. Don't put them out there.
Yeah, because there wasn't a bottle.
They.
Oh, that's great.
We kind of lost them, but they're not dead. We'll find them. It's fine. We'll find them. But we're kind of on a mission. We have to finish the mission.
You hear a long like yell and a "Get off of me, you stupid piece!" And you rush out with Norhand, and you see what her Drugar shipmate, and Bernice is chasing him through the high grass.
Bernice is okay.
I swear to God, I'm gonna kill this thing.
No, Bernice is awesome.
As soon as I can find a weapon.
I picked up the halberd, speaking of weapons.
Did one of you carry Victor out? Okay. Norhand looks at you and says, "Now what?" Because we've got important things to do here, Twig.
Yeah, this is important too. We gotta help this guy. We can't let him die.
She like lifts him up by the hair and looks at him, and she's like, "Yeah, it looks like someone broke the brain."
Yeah, we need to fix that.
I know a guy.
Oh, good.
Okay, but since you're here, you could take us back so we can deliver these ingredients faster.
Drot, do I look like a delivery boy? Do I look like that's what I do? Pickups. I'm here to pick you up.
We're on a mission. We have to finish the mission.
Sure.
Or he's gonna die. And he helped us. He helped us survive.
Fine. God, I hate children. And that is where we're going.
You love us.
That's where we're going to end this session. So please go on the table, tell people where they can find your lovely selves and what you're up to. I don't know who starts tonight. Not me. I know that. I go last.
All right, you can go last. I'll go. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Cubicle Zombie, and you can also find me next week on Wednesday and every other Wednesday right here on this very channel with the Tasty Boys. You can also find us at DNDDT Podcast or dnddt.com.
I'm Shannon. You can find me on most social medias at Rainbow Gaming Collective. You can follow me on TikTok at Rainbow Game Collective and follow me here on twitch.tv/Rainbow Gaming Collective. I've been on a slight hiatus, but I am coming back to doing some streaming. Adulting sucks. Yeah.
Truth.
Truth.
I'm Cassandra. You can find me here every 2 weeks. And you should start looking out for all the Known World United Extra Life stuff. We're starting to ramp up. We got our surveys going out. We're starting to plan our sessions. So start loosening the purse strings.
That was really good.
That was really
good. It was so fun to have something, because usually it's like, if you want to find me on social media, go fuck yourself. And so like, it's fun
It's
When
fun
there's
when
a
you.
thing.
It's fun when you do a nice.
Although I
thing.
really love the,
Try.
like, if you want to find me on social media, so, like, I love that too. So I'm Warrior. You can find me on social media at WarriorMN. In addition to here and the Tasty Boys previously mentioned, you can also find me every other Thursday on the Heel Turn Radio Twitch channel for Dive Club, where we do stuff and it's fun. You can also check out the FreeForge Discord. If you go to freeforge.com, there is some cool stuff coming down the pipeline. I don't even know about it yet, but I know that it's coming and it's going to be cool. So there should be a lot of opportunities for anyone who's interested in more TTRPG fun. So do that. And yeah, also the Extra Life stuff. You should check it out. It's going to be awesome.
I'm Ben, your King Ginger, Heel Turn Radio person. I do stuff.
Hey, so you said you were going to do this with excitement.
I am excited. I'm really tired. You
I'm
can
very
find me.
excited.
I think I'm like on Heel Turn this Wednesday. I don't know. I get the days all mixed up.
It's scheduled for Wednesday.
Yeah, so I should be on there. Star Wars will be on someday. I think maybe starting next Monday. There's been a lot of delays, but I'm hoping it gets on there soon. Everyone else said better stuff than I would about Extra Life, but be prepared because it's coming. It's coming for you. Fundraiser. I don't
Like
know.
Hellraiser, but for kids.
Yeah. Your enjoyment will be legendary. So yeah, I think that's all I got. I don't know. Thank you, Doug. As always, you are the cog that stirs the drink. I think that's what cogs do. So yeah. Bye.
Bye.